So hey everybody, welcome back to Bow and Arrow Garage. So today is Saturday and I'm getting kind of a late start on the video. After the hectic week I had, I just kind of needed to get a little bit of sleep. So I slept in a little bit, but anyways, I'm kind of looking at what I'm going to end up doing today. I obviously want to work on the C3 Corvette, but I don't even want to say it again. I need to get the drive shaft installed, but I don't think I'm going to get to that today. I need to go ahead and do the rear brakes on the C6 Corvette. But I kind of wanted to show you, I am leaning, I spoke about it in my last video, I am leaning on going ahead and doing the chassis swap from the Tahoe to the C10 truck. And really honestly, it's going to benefit me in a lot of ways. So I want to kind of turn the camera around and I'm going to show you my thought process on what I'm looking at, because it's going to benefit not only the C10 truck, but also my C3 build. So I'll get the camera turned around and show you what I'm talking about. So basically what I'm looking at is using this intake manifold on the C3 Corvette. It's a Gen 4. This is a 4.8 liter engine. I purposely bought it because it didn't have the DOD or the AFM in it. Obviously this is drive-by-wire. If I use this throttle body, I will be going to a drive-by cable system. But if I understand correctly, this is basically the equivalent of the Trailblazer SS manifold, and it's just heads and tails above the stock LS1 manifold, obviously. So there are a couple of benefits to it. It has the returnless type of fuel rail, which I definitely plan on using. The LS1 is the return style, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look at it, but normally you wouldn't be able to use this on a stock C3, but because I have the big scoop on the hood, it gives me the additional clearance. So I think I'm definitely going to go ahead and move forward with that. I'm also going to use these coil packs. From what I understand, I will have to get conversion harnesses for both the injectors and for the individual coil packs here. From what I understand, the big connector is the same, but these are a little bit different, so that's relatively inexpensive. I may step up to some bigger injectors. I probably should. I'm kind of looking at those. They're not super expensive. Basically, I would end up getting, I've got to do a little more research, but looking at the injectors that came on the 8.1, and they came in the bigger trucks. So I'm looking into that, but right now, as far as what I'm looking at, I think this is actually going to be something I'm going to move forward with. The big issue with that whole thought process of doing the body chassis swap on the C10 and all this is basically space. So I'm not one to have junker vehicles all scattered all over my property, even though I do have an old C3 Corvette sitting in my backyard. It's driving my wife crazy. But I don't want to have another one, but obviously I'm going to have to. So I think first things first, I'm going to go ahead and find a good place to park this Tahoe. I'm going to try to use the parts off it, like I said, to finish up the C3 build, and then we'll move forward from there. But I can't have all of these vehicles that basically can't be driven and can't be moved around, just laying around the property. So I would look into other things like other accommodations. But right now, especially with buying the new car for my wife and different things, it's just not going to be in the finances. So we're going to have to do what we have to do. But we are definitely going to move forward. And like I said, the plans may change on doing the chassis swap. I'm doing research on it right now, looking to see the feasibility of it. But as of right now, as of today, my main concern is on my C6 Corvette. I need to get these rear brakes fixed. So I've located the parts. I'm going to have to run up into town and get them. And then we're going to move forward from there. So this is the new parking brake pad, or the emergency brake pad, whatever you want to call it. Looks like it's the right one. I don't know, it came with these clips. I don't know what the clips are for. I guess maybe some vehicles use this and use these as retention clips, I guess. But mine are built into the dust shield. So the retention clip goes on kind of like that. And you can see it's got the two ears that it locks into. So I don't know what the actual process of installing this is, but I'm going to go ahead and try to work it in there and see what we can do. So to adjust the e-brake pad, you just turn this little wheel, and it has detents in it. So I've done it a couple times just to kind of dial it in a little bit. So this is going to be different as far as the number of turns, depending on whether you're putting new pads and new rotors or older pads and older rotors. But anyways, I'm going to end up turning this thing out 50 clicks. I went 55. And it seems like the brakes are dragging a little bit, so I'm going to go 50. And 50. Alright, you want to make sure it turns. You can hear it dragging maybe just a little bit. I'm going to check the other side real quick. Alright, I pulled the emergency brake and now it should not turn. And it won't. I'm going to go check the right side. And we are good. Alright, so I got the e-brake on. So I'm going to get everything cleaned up. Get my caliper pressed in, and then we'll get back with you. I'll come back and I'll tighten those bolts up in a minute. I'm gonna obviously put a little bit of blue Loctite on it, medium strength Loctite. So we'll get over and get the other side set up, and then we'll come back and torque everything. Okay, getting these caliper mount bracket bolts torqued. 125 foot-pounds. It's quite a bit of torque. I did Loctite it also. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. We got the rear brakes on the C6 Corvette fixed, and that had to be priority today. We're still kind of trying to clean up the mess from last weekend, and we got that done, and so that should be the last of it. I'm anxious to get back on the C3, but I had to take a little bit of time to get that thing fixed today. And so with that being said, I want to say thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, and we hope to see you again next time. Thanks, and have a great night.